Morning, it's Glenn back again with another bit of post-match analysis, and I'm going back now to the league where I'm playing a cats team with 6 beginner players, and I'm going to look at one of the sort of the bottom floor playoff semi-final matches. So this is the Orc team that we saw back in the first video, who finished 6th in our league, playing against the Nurgle team, who finished 7th, who we haven't seen yet in any of these. So our playoffs are underway. There's a delay in the other tie in this, which is the 2 undead teams. Someone's had to been moving the house and is sort of away with family at the moment, so we've been out for a couple of weeks. The other 2 semi-finals have both been played, both really close games. It'd be good to go back and look at those. But yeah, let's start with this one. So this let's get to cutscenes, don't see these. So like I said, it's the Orc team we saw back in the first video of this series, which so when I kicked it off really, it was sort of a new player, wanted some pointers, thought this would be an interesting medium to do that in. Playing against this Nurgle team. We'll have a look at some advances and stuff for yourself, because you've not seen this Nurgle team yet. This is the very next game for the Orc team, so they're pretty much as we last saw them. So the Orcs are kicking. Okay, Nurgle team have finished setting up, so we'll look at those, and then we'll look at the way they're set up as well. So we've got a journeyman in here. None of the 4 Chaos Warriors have levelled up yet. As we're showing, they're hard to level up though. They're basically, you're looking at casualties or MVPs to do that, which makes it pretty tough. So the only advances in the team have had guard on the Beast of Nurgle, which is a great solid choice for if you don't run a double. Got a Mighty Blow on a Pestigore, and what's this one? Extra arms on a Pestigore. What's that there? Is this what is that skill? I think that might be Dirty Player. I think he's got a Dirty Player, right? So let's start to the game. So starting on turn 2. Puts a bit more pressure on the Orcs here, because they're finished good teams as well. And so Orcs are going to have one less turn to try and score in their attack drive. This is a Dirty Player, isn't it? This skill is not hovering up, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, they're down to 10 players with the journeyman in here. And we'll look at some of that setup in a bit. I think the Orcs are more or less as we left them. So there's a Mighty Blow Blitzer, Mighty Blow Blitzer, lineman with looks like a niggling injury. Standard Blitzer there. This thrower has block. The other thrower in the team has dodge, who I think is out injured for this match. Yes, this is the one I pushed off the pitch. So there's a lineman in the Goblin bench. Line of scrimmage. So 4 Black Orcs, I think just one of them has block, and this strength 4 lineman. So that's the 2 teams. I just want to look at so the way Nurgle team is set up here. A quite standard approach to lining up defensively is to only place 3 players along here, which means those 3 players are going to get hit, but it means only those 3 players are going to get hit, and that can free up 2 other players to be back here filling in more gaps. You should probably be expecting, when you're defending or when you're kicking, every player that you put here is you're putting up to be knocked over. So the 2 approaches become 3 expendable players, or 3 players who are going to be tough to knock over, and that's the usual way that you would set up defensively. The coach here has gone for 6 players on the line of scrimmage. It makes it harder to get 2 dice blocks on all of them, but they probably are going to manage 2 dice blocks on all except maybe the Beast of Nurgle. So it's just immediately putting more players there who are going to get knocked over. The wings are kind of okay. This is an interesting choice, having this player up here. There's no frenzy on the Orc team, but having a player here, if there's frenzy on another team, that'd be sort of obvious choice to go push back and then off the pitch with the second block. So it's good to look out for things like that. On this side, this is a sort of ideal wing setup, really. To just give a bit more coverage, and I'd pull 3 more of these players back as well to probably just have them back available for when these blitzers come at you on the wings. From your point of view, this is it's fine, really. I'd probably have just blitzers in pairs up here, maybe even have blitzers, 2 of the hard hitting mighty blow blitzers on the edges of the line of scrimmage, just so that they're available to make blocks. But it's fine as it is, really. It's good coverage. It's pretty decent defence of a blitz kick-off role. There's not really a lot that Nurgle team could have done then. Okay, so made the ball secure, nice and early. It was really good, actually. I was watching in on some of this game as it was happening, and it was really good to see the Orc player had taken a lot of the lessons on board, and much more aggressive play here. Not caging up tightly back here, because there's just no need. You can protect the ball carrier fine by having these players much further forward. It was good to see that happening. Recognising that these players aren't a threat to the ball in the next turn, being ready to come down this wing, and that's where they're heading. So if the Nurgle player had a couple more players back here, it'd have been easier to come in and block this off, but as it is, they're not going to be dodging, so they're kind of stuck over here. Beating Nurgle's free, but it's not an ideal candidate to be blitzing with, because if you fail a really stupid roll, you've lost it. Let's let it play out for a bit and see how it goes. Worth noting there's no block at all on the Nurgle team, which is a real shame, because it means you don't have safe blocks to go to first. But he's picking the 2 nice ones to go first. I'd like to have seen this warrior standing up earlier. So this blitzer is a bit of a big scoring threat. This Pestigore came in to stand next to the Beast of Nurgle, which made the really stupid roll a 2+ rather than a 4+, so that's fine. But standing this warrior up first and moving there would also have done that, leaving this Pestigore freer to move perhaps there, and that traps in that blitzer much more effectively. Got a free rotter over here at the moment who can come and do that still, but perhaps around here, because he's got this blitzer to watch as well, although pretty well covered with the warrior. But this Pestigore is just a bit of a wasted action that turn. Getting in there with the warrior standing up to help out the Beast in Nurgle would have been, I think, far more effective. The Orcs now, I think, they're sort of obviously looking to come in this way. Might have been good to have maybe someone over here to offer a different threat. As it is, they've got quite a lot of player to bash their way through. Only 1 strike 4, but the Beast in Nurgle is not far away. It's sort of going to be a bit of a grind getting through there. I think they can do it, but it's not going to be a quick touchdown to go, which is definitely not necessarily a bad thing anyway. As the teams get closer together with where the ball is, it does become more and more dangerous. Can offer up opportunities to get the ball knocked out of the thrower's hands there. Being left with quite a few one dice blocks to do that, and I think it skips some of them. So Black Orcs are being pretty effectively bullied in the middle of the pitch there. Straightforward line as well. So 3 successful blocks to kick off the turn. And I was watching in that was an attempted block there. I think it was just a misclick. It accidentally clicked the wrong place, and I've got a bit of a bad habit of double clicking for movement and ignoring the "Are you sure you want to do this move?" And I think that's what the coach had done there, and had an unfortunate dodging incident, piece of Nurgle, which you don't like to see. So it was a real shame, because that really ruined his turn. So having to make one dice blocks, but that one came up pretty well, and having block really helped out. So Nurgle Warrior will be back, but he's out for this drive, and was the biggest obstacle here as well, so it was a great piece of blocking. Might be nice to see follow up there, make sure that Rotter's pinned against the touchline. So it's good. I think earlier on we'd have seen this thrower come right up in here and get sort of stuck in contact with these players, which makes it easier to follow up into them or to push other players into them and get them pushed towards the touchline. But that's a pretty safe place to leave the thrower. Still no real rush. It sort of feels like there's a bit of a gap here, maybe. So I think what I'd be doing here is looking at this Pestigore, unfortunately the extra arms one. Blitzing in here, lineman out of the way, and then you can get straight through at the front. Wouldn't be able to blitz in this turn, but you'd get good pressure on the ball carrier by just blitz with the it's that Pestigore that made that block. So if the right could have pushed that one away, Pestigore on that one, it's a 2 dice, and you can be straight through at the ball. Quite a lot of players standing on the touchline here. Both coaches should really be looking at this as an opportunity to just get easy removals off the pitch. So this turn, the Orc player should be thinking about, right here is a sort of almost a gimme, like just blitz in there, get rid of that guy. It might be nice to move this one first, so that then if he's down, you're still after your blitz, you've got more movement left with this one. And also you'd get your own, as the Orc player, your own blitzer away from the touchline as well. So that'd probably be where I'm going first. You've got an assist there, it's 2 dice with block. That's a great place to start. Then blitz in there, move that guy off, and then you've got movement to carry on. Screen against this Pestigore and this one. They're the dangerous players because of horns. This one with Mighty Blow especially. And then just make a pocket here to get the thrower into and keep that attack moving. So he starts there. Basically does the same thing, different blitzer, but right off the pitch. Yeah, and then does keep moving. Probably a bit far. Would like to see him more involved in holding off this player. This guy's only down on the floor. So now both of these blitzers, because they've advanced so far, they're not doing anything to help protect the ball anymore, which has left them a bit short there. As a Nurgle player here, I'd feel confident the next turn I could have a go at that ball. Probably be looking at trying to free up this Pestigore, especially now it looks 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd go for it to get a 2 dice blitz if he can get that black orc down. Yes, or away. Away was enough. Now this Beastman Pestigore doesn't need to dodge. A couple of moves. This guy could have come back a bit further to defend. Got him anyway, but so stepped in from there to there, which gave this guy an assist. That's 1 dice instead of 2. If he'd gone in there, made the blitz, that's 2 dice. It worked anyway, but more dice is better. So ball is free, and that was an interesting decision to go there. Right, so let's pause on that. So really no panic to go pick the ball up there. That's, well, a go for it is the one that fell, but it's going to be a 4+ dodge as well, and then it's not the extra arms one, so it's going to be a 4+ dodge, 4+ pickup. Standing there, you're giving the Orc player much more of a problem. So all you've done there is jump on the ball and get a turnover. You still have players trapped with. Don't need to be rushing at the ball that quickly. So that's the extra arm Pestigore off the pitch. That's the one really well available to be coming to get that ball if it's still on the floor next turn. So good targeting from the Orcs. And now I need to sort of form up, secure the ball again. I'd like to see this blitzer move off the touchline before that pickup is made. That's safe enough there. And this blitzer doesn't really need to move anywhere this turn. Maybe 1 square in would be that bit safer, but this is just as good really. I should mention as well, this is obviously the first video in this series that I haven't actually played in. It's just two other people playing. But yeah, you can kind of see a lot of improvements in the way the Orcs are playing. There's no unnecessarily tight caging. Everyone's held back well from the ball carrier. You can just, and that's a good safe move first. Make sure you can score next turn. Now you've just got to make sure he's still got the ball next turn. So, I would like to see some of these moves happening before that block, but it's alright anyway. This guy's got basically no chance of reaching. That's pretty much a guaranteed touchdown at this point. We're looking at really high percentage plays like blitzes through here, following up and getting a tackle zone to try and hopefully make him fail and dodge. But at this point, that's safe. You can go making some other blocks. That's that beast on the floor. Which is 1 dice, so it's left till late, even that's a pretty safe one. Still gets off the pitch anyway, despite not getting the push. It's the dirty player rotter. Yeah, it really has shots the tackle zones. Yeah, so there's not any getting in there, I don't think. This warrior would have to make some impressive dodges to get out of the ball carrier. It's gone for that blitzer instead. And 1-0, so that'd be the half-time score at this point really. That's turn 8. So we've just got 1 Nurgle turn to go for half-time, which I think we might skip through. So, see how we're doing for knockouts and stuff. There's 2 rotters, so that's the extra arms. Pestigor is still knocked out. So the Nurgle coach here, just to look out for things like who's got 5 star player points. He's got 1 turn. I'm sure anyone has really. This rotter. Yeah, so this rotter should be maybe back here somewhere. Let's try to pick the ball up and chuck it to someone. Just get him a quick level up. Maybe have, this better score and another rotter, but definitely someone with agility for it, able to catch a quick pass would be ideal. Don't think that's what we get. That rotter's gone straight into line scrimmage, so just looking to maximise blocks instead. But let's get through to the second half here. It looks like we're York kick. So Nurgle receiving the ball this half. They need to score. Some bribes coming in. So at this point we might have to look out for the dirty player rotter, wherever he is. Where's he gone? This one over here. So now he's got a bribe. He's got sort of that up his sleeve in a safer way. He's got someone who's good at fouling and a bit of safety from being sent off with it. So we can look out for that happening. Right, so it's a bit of risky. I think I mentioned this in one of my human games, but where you have a ogre with bonehead. But so acting first with the beast of Nurgle there carries more risk with it in a couple of ways. Firstly, because of really stupid, if he didn't have the come off, it's a 2+ roll, but if a 1 shows up, he not only doesn't get that block, but he also loses out on the Beast of Nurgle's tackle zone. Because he's got guard, he's assisting against just all these players here, and losing that straight away would really hampered where he's going to be making all these blocks along here. Much safer place to start. Sorry, the second way it's risky. If you need to re-roll, you've got a loner there, so there's only a 50-50 chance you're going to be able to make the re-roll. So a double skulls on that block, 50-50 chances to turn over at the first action straight away. Starting here, so with this Nurgle warrior on this Black Orc with an assist, that's 2 dice. That's a much safer place to start. You can get rid of that guy. Then you've got Pestigor on this Black Orc here with that assist and that assist from the Beast of Nurgle, because he hasn't felt really stupid, he's got guard, he can assist, that's 2 dice, do that one as well. You can move Rotter in here if you want, or it could have started with 1 there to do the same the other way, then block with the Beast of Nurgle when you don't need his assist anymore. It didn't go wrong this turn, but it could have. It's just a much safer way to look at doing it. I would also like to see, so this Pestigor in Mighty Blow, he's a great candidate for me blitzing and making space on the wings. Like, they're much more effective at doing that than standing on the line of scrimmage. Beast of Nurgle on 4 Chaos Warriors along here is going to be plenty, really. Maybe with some rotters on the ends just for assists and then being able to move after. But Pestigore here instead, being able to come blitz this blitzer, it's 2 dice straight away because of horns, and then you're creating, as long as it goes right, you're creating a space that you can then attack down the wing. That's kind of where blitzes should be used, and Pestigores are the best players on this team for doing that. Ideally, you'd want him with blocks to be doing it. He's got one with mighty blows, so more chance of an injury if he gets them down. Block makes it safer, but that's sort of just a much safer way to approach this. And this is going fine for the Nurgle player anyway. But in a game that's about avoiding risks, that's a good way to go about it. As it is, he's made it so his Pestigore's got 2 dice to this lineman, so the mighty blow Pestigore. I'd like to have seen him not follow up there. I think this Pestigore should be looking every turn at using his blitz with this Pestigore. If he's following up into what will be 2 tackle zones next turn, he's not going to be free to go and do that. They're movement 6, and with horns, they're the most mobile players and the most dangerous blitzers. I think this guy should be free every turn to go and blitz somebody. Ideally, he'd be getting blocked as his next advance. I would have taken it as a first advance, but mighty blow is still good for causing hurt. But now, just by standing those Orcs up, this Pestigore's been sucked in. That's really where you want the Beast of Nurgle. In as many tackle zones as possible, but he's got his best blitzer trapped in there at the moment. And the most dangerous player for making a space in the opposing line. He should really be out on the wings. So, a bit of a gap there. So, could maybe have had this lineman come up here to close that off. But he is quite limited options for getting through there. So, the Nurgle player needs to look at. He can get the ball through there with one other person, fine. But he's going to need more people through than that to make it safe over here. So hanging back for a turn here may have been the better option. I think he does just go for the gap this turn and eventually turn the ball over. But he needs to be looking at trying to free up some of these players. He's got marked players all over the place here as well. And if he can't do that this turn, he kind of needs to get the ball safe back here, surrounded by players a bit more, or screened by them, until he can get enough players free to advance up the pitch. This warrior on his own is not enough to protect the ball carrier. So it could maybe have been a blitz and then use his extra movement to come through. He does have this rotter for free now though, so if this rotter can get through, I know it's just a push, so didn't have him free. If he could have got that rotter free, getting him over here would have been real help. Another thing to consider is the Orcs don't really want to be dodging either, so if you can just keep them all marked up, and then that's great. It does have this free lineman over here though. You can just come on 1 dice, this best to go down. I know he wants to be hitting things with the Beast of Nurgle, but that's a player who is available to come and stand here and make it really difficult to grab the ball. This Pestigore could have reached here and would have been because this lineman's marked up. That's not where the threat's from. This lineman has to make a difficult dodge, or could have gone there and there, but has to dodge first. This lineman's free. That's where the threat is to the ball. So this pesticle in there would have been the move really. Just some 1 dice blocks to finish. So the Nurgle coach definitely got the priority right of like get all the 2 dice blocks in before making 1 dice ones. But there's little things like where you're like positioning to protect the ball. It's definitely something to look at. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to see this lineman just go make a blitz here. And yeah, leaving that block on there as well. Then a follow up for an assist. That's going to be 2 dice now. Oh, I think this is where we get the big hot potato moment. Disturbing presence making all of these catches 6s for the Orcs. How it will throw itself down. There we go, right over here. In case anyone doesn't know, these blue squares that are popping up are the disturbing presence areas, which is -1 on all pass and catch throws around the Chaos Warriors and BB2 Nurgle. So it's 3 squares around each player. Right, so at this point the attack's definitely not lost for the Nurgle player. We've got a BB2 Nurgle standing right next to it. You can get more players crowding the ball. You can make it really tough. Okay, so we've got a foul in and sending off, but bribe keeps him on the pitch. Double 1 for the honour roll though, so ineffective foul, but he didn't lose the player. Because getting sent off is a turnover, it'd be good to see that happening at the end of the turn rather than the beginning or earlier on. So if the bribe hadn't worked or he didn't have the bribe, it would have been a turnover a couple of actions earlier. Right, so now Orcs can crowd the ball out and probably just see the match out from here if they can the 2 tackle zones on the ball. It's making a blitz there to free this guy up. Yeah, it's another tackle zone on there. So now it's starting to look rough for getting the ball back for the Nurgle team. Let's take it in for a bit. So got this rotter, 2 squares left, so you can start heading towards the ball. I'd like to see this one perhaps getting in here to make sure there's a bit of pressure on it. It's the extra arms. I think the extra arms Pestigore got knocked out last turn or a couple of turns ago. That's who you really want to be coming to grab the ball from there. Yeah, it's down there. So here I think we're looking at knock this blitzer back with this warrior because you've got guard on the beast of Nurgle. All these players should stand up first though. I don't think any of them are going to want to blitz. This might be the only one they wanted to do it with, but they're too far away from the action to really do that. Blitz might be I think he just needs to stand up and get in. Oh no, he's marked. Just stand up. Blitz might be here. You can push this guy back, start moving that warrior up the pitch, make sure you've got a scoring threat. That has to be dealt with. It might draw some Orcs away from the ball as well, maybe. But yeah, that blitzer down first. Maybe onto the ball to scatter it, maybe give you somewhere better. And then if this rotter can scatters here, and this blitzer's down, you've got that may be a free opportunity to pick up for this rotter, and then you can protect him, start looking at getting him up the pitch. But yeah, standing players up and then that block are should be the priorities. Let's run with that. Got one tackle down off the ball, there's still two there. Felt really stupid, is unfortunate. Didn't need an assist there, it was already outstrengthened him. Just looking maybe saving the blitz for this Beastman now. Not start running over. Then has to go for a tough pickup on a 5. So ball lands in a friendlier place, has 3 tackle zones for the Nurgle team on the ball. Needs a split, so wants to try dealing with that immediately. Gets one down. Removal as well. And now just going to look at crowding the ball to try and make it safe. The Orc team can just play this really defensively. There's no pressure on them to score, they've just got to make it hard to pick the ball up. That's all they really need to do here. Another blitzer here who can just come stand here, maybe in here, to mark up this rotter. Makes it 3 tackle zones on the ball, that's 6+ pickups we're looking at. What happened there? The BB2 Nurgle seem to activate and do nothing, which is odd. Rightly using the blitz, the Pestilors to blitz, so you just get that bit more strength every turn. Well, I've really enjoyed playing a Chaos team again. It's been a long time since I played them, but I love Beastmen. They're great and underrated players. Just trying to get assist on there. It would have been 1 dice even with and marking that blitz would have had the same effect. So it's the Black Orc got it first. So now have someone else who can just can't crowd the ball. Only 1 Nurgle tackle zone on the ball now though. If we can get rid of this warrior, they've still got time to come and score, the Orcs. 4 turns left. This one included. So it's moved off. So 3 tackle zones on the ball from the Orcs. 2 of them are available to be moved if you can. You just take this guy's assist out of the picture. Got a removal, but it's an early turnover. They're both down there. So now I think the Orcs can be looking at shifting this guy. And we've got 3 blitzers who are all available to come snap the ball up. So we can be looking at maybe who he wants to score. This could be a good candidate. On 13 star player points, would level again. Use him to screen instead. He's got 2 turns after this and he can reach the end zone in that time. Fairly safe at this point. This warrior can still come and be a threat. Yeah, needs to just move here to make sure he can be next turn. See on this attack you got another option with this blitzer over here. Gives the Nurgle team more to defend against. It'd be a bit of a risky play making that pass, but if he has to, he's got it available. I'm going to show him about that. Go for it. So he's after the game. That's the mighty blow, Pestigore. So yeah. So just need to look up for things like to put the caption. So I just pointed this out because I know it went wrong. But 2, 4, 6. That's the line the blitzer needs to be on to make a safe touchdown next turn. Another 2, 4, 6. You can go 2, 4, 6. You can get to that line. He's 12 spaces away at the moment. He doesn't need to go for it to score at this point. Just bear that in mind. There first would have been a safer move from this blitzer. Does get the knockdown anyway, so it's fine. And ball carrier should have been moving first as well. Double skull there could have put paid to any chance of scoring. No rerolls left either. So he moves 5 squares, leaves himself a go for it roll next turn. Just little things to look out for. So what should be an auto touchdown in turn 16 now has a 2+ roll involved. And I know the Orc coach noticed this in the game as well. But for anyone else watching who's looking for tips, make sure you're not taking rolls you don't need to. So yeah, only actions taken does make the roll, but you shouldn't have had to take it. Is the point, and he knows that. That's fine. So how it a 2-0 win. Orcs go into that playoff final, so they'll play the winners of 2 undead teams who are yet to go. I hadn't seen this before, and I don't know on tabletop if it's possible, but this goblin didn't play a single turn in the match. It got the MVP. I didn't know it would do that. Didn't think it would. This rotter levelled up, so good MVP landing there. Let's have a look at those 2 teams. I'd like to come back and look at how all these teams have developed. Probably at the end once we finish both the playoff finals, and they'll be sort of effective third place playoffs as well, so everyone will have played 9 games, and we'll come back and look at them all. That row took extra arms as the next level, which I'm not too sure about. I think if you've got someone with dirty player and extra arms as well, I know he's enjoyed having extra arms on the Pestigore because picking up the ball has been a frustrating thing, but I just think there might have been better things that he could have had than that. Because at movement 4, you don't really want this guy holding the ball. He's going to be too slow. I don't know. So extra arms and mighty blow to other Pestigores and guard. It's been really slow going trying to level this team, and leveling up Nurgle Warriors is tough because all you're going to be getting is casualties and MVPs. That's the only way they're going to level up. And it's been really slow going for them. Had to replace one as well. Had one die. Little team. 14 players. Kind of coming on quite nicely. Had to replace a dead blitzer as well. Sorry about that. That was against me. 2 blitzers have gone mighty blow. Throw, block, throw, dodge, straightforward lineman. That's all the advances, isn't it? Yeah, that's all those. So that is another video we're going to come back and look at. So I mentioned the other two playoff semi-finals had taken place. So that's the top four teams. So first against fourth, second against third. I finished third, playing the Elven Union team, and then the Lizardman team who won played a Vampire team. Both of them really close games. One of them had a lot of injuries and went to overtime. We're going to come back and look at those later this week. See you later.